Alright, so it seems like I might actually be multi-streaming, so we're gonna run with it, I guess. That was completely accidental. I didn't realize it was gonna be streaming to both Twitter and to both YouTube and Twitch. So if you're on Twitch, my apologies. I didn't mean to stream to here tonight. Um, realized that afterwards. It's quarter to midnight. If you're watching this live, I should say if you're watching this after the stream. If you're watching on YouTube, hello. I'm going to be right back. I just want to get the stream started, and we'll let people load in. And I will be back in a few minutes once people load in, and we'll officially get this talk started. I'm going to mute the microphone. I'll be back in a couple minutes while people come in. All right. Hello, everyone. Looks like we got some people coming in. Let's see. So we're gonna make a quick little discussion about the Strike Derby. The Strike Derby was taped. It is due to air in about three and a half weeks. Now, want to preface this right now. I am not allowed to talk about, in detail at least, about the Strike Derby. The reason being is because it is taped. We're not allowed to give out who did what, or even so much of who was bowling. Other than what I may have said in a previous recap, because at the time I wasn't under a non-disclosure agreement. But at this point, I am. I have to keep my mouth shut. All I'm going to say is that it was very entertaining. Some bowlers did a lot better than others, including a couple of surprises. But overall, it was a very entertaining day. It was a 3-hour. It was a 3-hour shift. It's going to be a 2-hour thing, I believe, like an hour and a half, 2 hours. I believe it's going to be airing during the like the home run derby time. So around that period is when the Strike Derby will be airing on either Fox or FS1. I'm not sure which one. Again, I'm not allowed to discuss too much about it. because if I do, I am under perjury of being sued by the PBA, and I do not want that to happen. So I appreciate your understanding. Like I said, I cannot discuss it too much. Um, so with that being said, we're going to continue on to day 4, which is today, the first day of the King of the Lanes, the men doing their thing. Puhar, as already mentioned on the YouTube chat, yes, Chris did rip his shirt off on stream to reveal the on TV to reveal the Captain America shirt, which I thought was absolutely awesome. As a matter of fact, today, at the end of yesterday, I finally bought a new pin. So I'm hoping it's going to fit in the luggage because when I came up here, I didn't have enough room in either of my suitcases to fit the pin that I wanted to bring. So right now I've got Chris Barnes, let's see, Chris Prather, the Shark, and the Ginger Assassin, Anthony Nyer. Anthony Nyer was a real awesome person to chat with. I spoke with him for a couple of minutes. He was very sweaty after the event, but he bowled really, really well considering he was facing a legend. Um, I haven't gotten Parker's autograph yet on this pin because I want to talk to him for a couple minutes, and I'm going to try and get to the center a little bit earlier tomorrow. See if I can get a chat with him for a minute. Fingers crossed. Chris Barnes, absolute amazing dude. I think this is the first time I've actually seen him in person. Parker, always a class act. I didn't really get the chance to talk to him because he was talking with the pros and talking with the PBA staff. That's why I didn't get the chance. Not to mention, shortly after he was on the move, he probably wanted to rest and everything. So I wanted to let him, do his thing. Stayed away from Randy Peterson. I got pretty close to Dave Ryan, but I didn't get a chance to say hello to him. Tom Clark was not in the audience today. He was primarily with the rest of the staff, which is understandable because this is the bigger of all the events going on. So might need to put some milk in them. But so far, I'm really impressed with how things have been going so far. So, needless to say, everyone's been incredible over there. Got the entire YouTube crew together, essentially. The ones who could make it over. So, All Sports Fan, Adam Lemarie's, we've been with him all week. Wolfman was at the Strike Derby yesterday. We went Candlepin bowling. If you guys saw the tweets about the bowl pass machines, finally got the bowl on bowl pass machines. They're very loud when it comes to setting new pins. And it's very interesting how it's a sweep is similar to a Jane's machine. So it's got the Jane's sweep motion. That's kind of mixed with the name F8295. How many people today? I'd say about the same as the Empress shows, but not as much as the Strike Derby. I mean, sorry, the Strike Derby had less people. That had the least amount of people, which was understandable. But the crowd was very loud. If you guys watched it on TV, we were very loud. I actually try to keep it down a little bit just because my voice was still a little raspy. I didn't really want to hurt my vocal cords or anything like that, so I figured I'll try and stay a little more down low. While still being loud at times, but I just didn't want to be as loud. I also thought I was going to have to evacuate the hotel because earlier today because I went to cook the lemon chicken, and I did not get very far. 2 minutes, and everything was starting to smoke up. I was looking forward to it too, but it just For some reason, the olive oil was not happy. So kind of sucked. No, I did not hear. I did not rewatch it yet. So eventually, eventually. Um, it's been. I can't believe it's already almost over. I mean, tomorrow's the last day for all this. And then Monday morning, I have to finish packing up, and then got to return home Monday evening. So um, it's been it's been an awesome week so far. Getting to go out with the YouTube guys, um, getting to talk to the pros again, and just being with the crowds. It's been an incredible experience, and it's something I'm obviously going to cherish because it's such an incredible venue. It's an incredible event. The food, I actually tried the chicken tenders over at Bayside today, and they're pretty good, including their homemade honey mustard sauce, which is really good. So it's been it's been an awesome week, to say the least. I'm tempted to want to start packing some things up tonight, just so tomorrow night I don't have to worry about too much. Because tomorrow morning I have to do some laundry, um, and start getting some stuff put away. And I gotta start eating some more of the snacks that I've got here because I don't want to throw out a whole bunch of food. Like I did with the chicken earlier. I had to throw out 2 pieces of chicken because it was starting to smoke up the room, and I didn't want to have the what do you call that there? I didn't want the smoke alarms going off. Give me a second. I gotta put some more milk in that. There we go. Yeah, I feel like one of my favorite bowlers nowadays is Anthony Nyer. He's really an underdog in the PBA, but I really feel that if he really puts his mind to it and he continues to chug along, he's got a long future on the tour. As long as the tour runs, I feel that he has a chance to make a lot of shows. I It just sucks if he didn't miss that 7th pin. But at the same time, too, I was rooting for Parker in the last match because he doesn't have that many years left on the tour. He's well in his 50s. He's getting old. He's not going to be able to compete with the big guys for much longer. So for him to be able to, what? No, I'm not muted. Are you muted? Oh, you big dummy. But yeah, Anthony Nyer, I definitely feel that he has a really good shot at sticking around on the tour for a long time. As long as he has his mind set to it and he just continues to work on his game. And, I feel it's more his mental game than anything. His physical game is fantastic. He rolls that ball real well. But if he worked on those pairs just a little bit more and got over that Bayside curse, I guess you'd say, he'll be in the running for a very, very long time. I mean, regardless, he's in the history books as being only the 4th person to make the 710 on television. And to be the youngest to do that at 18 years old is phenomenal. Um, he was hanging out with Parker and the crew for a long time after. Um, but thankfully, I was still at least able to get his autograph. Um, but yeah, he's such a down to earth person. I feel like he's gonna make it a long way on the tour if he's He works just a little bit harder. Other than that, he's got it. He's got it made. Um, let's see. Um, Kyle Troop, he's not bowling. He's actually just there to hang out. Yeah, he's actually not bowling. We were talking to him for a couple of minutes, and yeah, nothing. He's not. He's not bowling. Um, he's probably practicing at Bayside, but he's not in the event. Um, AJ Johnson, of course, he bowled in the first match. It just seemed like a couple of the matches were just very lackluster. Not too much going on, low scores. Uh, a couple of them certainly did have their line down. Yeah, I can't wait to see Timmy Mack as well. I can't wait to see how he uh, rolls the rock. I've actually never, I don't recall ever watching him bowl. To be honest with you, this may actually be the first time I ever watch him bowl. Period. So, Jesper's his doubles partner. It's pretty cool. But yeah, it's gonna be an awesome show tomorrow. I feel it's only 2 hours, which is good because that's gonna give me time to get things prepped for my departure from Maine for the year. And it's gonna be a good show. It's gonna be very energetic. I think the audience is gonna give it their all tomorrow, whatever they have left, especially if they've been there the whole week. It's going to be very loud, and we're just not going to care what other people say because with all the comments I've been seeing on like the USBC discussion forum on Facebook and other forms of social media, some people absolutely hate the crowd being loud, but it's the Portland way. We're unique. We're New Englanders. Yeah, Tim manages the Portland Lumberjacks. Yes, yeah, I'm very aware of that. Trust me, I'm very aware. But it's good to see him bowling. I can't wait to see how he does. It's gonna be very very interesting. I genuinely do feel bad for those who only get to bowl one game and then that's it. They're sent packing. But at the same time, they do practice a lot at the event um, on lanes 9 through 20 at the other end of the house. Yeah, lumberjacks. So, how has everyone's day been so far? How have you been, everyone? I hope you've all been well. Tim had knee surgery. All right. I know that's going to happen to me eventually. I'll need knee surgery. Not looking forward to it. Um, but yeah, goodish phase. All right. We've all been there. We've all been there. The struggles, especially nowadays. Same as always, stuck at home. Yeah. Hopefully your lockdown's end over there in Philippines. Am I right on that, Nintendo Bullet? Are you in the Philippines? I can't remember. I actually need to transfer the video, but I'm gonna do it when I get home. The transfer the video of the lanes that had the bowl fast machines. Let's see. Okay, so I was right. Cool. So yeah, I have actually got so the video of us at that center was over an hour long. We got 2 lanes for the 5 of us. We even managed to get a couple of practice boxes in before we actually started. Tell you what, though, it was very interesting. Um, Bowling with the house shoes, but the shoes actually were pretty comfortable. They weren't too bad, and I was actually sliding pretty good in them. Adam Lemarie's was stoked to finally watch me bowl Camelton in person. Um, I think it was called Westport Lanes. Let me double check that real quick. Hang on one moment. Yep, Westport Lanes. Okay, just outside of Portland. So it was a nice little house. It's so old fashioned. They don't even have air conditioning. They actually just have gigantic fans that circulate the air just to try and keep the building cool. It was very warm in there, as you can imagine. They try to keep it as cool as possible. They kept the doors open. Um, it was very interesting with those machines is that there's actually a trouble light on the masking units. Um, so there's actually a jam switch in there, and it actually went off once. um, so I thought it was actually a very interesting feature on those old machines, just like the James machines, how they had a triple light. Um, of course they weren't built into the machine initially, but later on they did have a trouble light built in. Have you ever had a Storm Omega Cruise trucks? No, I've only owned one Storm Ball, um, and that was the Rain of Fire. I've thrown one 300 game, one and a half, excuse me, 300 games with that ball. I haven't had that ball in years. Smelled like tangerines, though. It smelled really good. I'm not a big Storm person, though. I don't. I haven't really had great success with Storm bowling balls. Um, I think that one Storm ball was the only one I really used, and it was very hit or miss with me. It wasn't the best match. I've felt that for the most part, hammer equipment has been fantastic, as well as track. The one track ball I've owned, whenever I need to use it, it's been reliable for the most part for me. Whatever I need, so that I can give some more speed. The that trackball that I have, the track heat lava. It's a 15-pound ball, um, so it's a little bit lighter than what I usually throw. But it was gifted to me by a track member, um, so I couldn't turn it down because it was a ball I've wanted for a long time. It's my favorite ball from Brunswick. Like the new Brunswick now that they own Hammer and everything, or Brunswick when they were just making Brunswick bowling balls. Don't get me wrong, I respect whatever brands. It's just that, like I said, Storm's just not a good match for me. Hammer has always been reliable ever since I started bowling with Hammer bowling balls. So just Brunswick brands, just the like Brunswick bowling balls. I've only owned the Kingpin, and that's retired. Um, Again, the Kingpin wasn't a good ball for me. My favorite ball of all time is the one that I still have, my really old um, Hammer Cycle Raw. That ball has been very successful for me. It's been sitting in the bag a lot lately. I haven't really been throwing it all that much because it's been essentially replaced with the Black Widow 2.0. But whenever I need that ball, whenever I need the Cycle Raw, it's in the bag. It's never coming out of my bag. As long as that ball stays in one piece, it's gonna stay in the bag. It's always gonna have a spot. Um, but right now, by far, my favorite ball is the Black Widow 2.0. So yeah, tomorrow is the last day of the PBA events. Of course, it's going to be live on FS1 at 2 p.m. Eastern. So it's 1 p.m. Central, noon Mountain, 11 a.m. Uh, Western Pacific time. Um, Hopefully, you guys will be able to catch it. I'm not sure how many times I was on TV today. I don't think there was too many times, which is fine. I've been on TV a lot the first couple days, so to get a day off from it, from being on TV too much, it's fine with me. I'm not too concerned. Everyone's seen my ugly mug. Um, let's see, we're at 26 minutes right now. You guys have any questions for me for about the PBA events this week? We'll probably wrap up with that. Tomorrow, toward the end of the recap, for like the final recap, I'll probably do like a quick tour of the room that I'm staying in, so you guys have an idea of where I'm staying and what accommodations I have. If not, I will end the stream in about 1 or 2 minutes. So if you guys have any questions about um, the experience or just really anything, just feel free to ask. Like I said, I will wait for about a minute or two. If there's nothing, then I will end the stream. How was the beach? I got sunburned pretty good in some spots. Uh, right here, especially. My face. Was it on the? No, it's on the right side. So my face got it pretty good. My right ear is pretty crispy. It's actually starting to heal already, so it's not too bad. It still burns if I have the water up too high, um, or if I step in the hot tub for the first few seconds, it burns. How long are the commercial breaks? They're generally 90 seconds to 3 minutes. They let us know how long the commercial is. Um, the curtain and Bayside sweating. Actually, fun fact. During Wednesday's show, there was actually a bit of a delay. If I'm not mistaken, no, I'm sorry. During the strike derby, there was a delay. This I can tell you. Of course, because you're not going to see this on TV or anything. Um, the shaker board assembly on lane three, the right lane on the TV pair, the shaker assembly broke. They actually had to replace the shaker board assembly during the taping because there was issue with bowling balls not returning and pin feed issues, and it turned out to be a broken shaker board assembly. So this was before Anthony Nyer. I can't remember if Anthony Nyer was on the strike derby. I don't think he was, but I can't confirm nor deny. I can't really remember if he was bowling on the strike derby or not. Did the oil machine have any issues today? As far as I could tell, it ran swimmingly. I did not see any issues with it. It was putting down the oil pretty well, pretty consistently. Didn't kill any Smurfs. We're at the 30-minute mark. And last time, um, the first time I met Norm Duke, I feel like I had met him at a bad time. Um, but yesterday, when the group got to meet up with him for a couple minutes, he was actually very chill. He was actually really cool. So I feel like the first time I met him when I was by myself, I think I caught him at a bad time. But he was actually very chill this week. So I feel bad that I was very harsh with my feelings about him the past couple of years, but now I realize I probably just got him at a bad time. Why is the oil blue? So people can actually see the lane transitioning while people are bowling. Even for the people in the crowd, it's very obvious um, where the bowlers are playing over the course of the game. That's why the oil is blue. So this way here, the people in the crowd and the people, especially watching at home, they can actually see how the oil is transitioning, where the wear pattern is, where they're bowling, and of course over time where they're moving in order to combat the transition. So are they able to see it? Of course they're able to see it. They're actually able to, utilize it as well. So it makes it easier, but not really when they can see the oil. Of course, during USB-C events, they've actually made the oil red. And it actually does dye the machine as well. So it dyes the waste tank, it dyes the duster cloth. So you can't just bring that lane machine over and utilize it, in a random house afterwards. You actually have to change out a bunch of parts. Barnes was doing it really fast. Yes, he was. The red oil in Reno was interesting because it looked like a different lane surface. Yeah, it's true. But yeah, Barnes was definitely throwing it pretty hard. He's probably using an aggressive ball. Still amazes me how Barnes is now over 50. He's 51 now, so he's doing PBA 50 events. And to think, he started as a rookie back in '98. I believe he was in his mid to late 20s at that point. Yeah, he was. I believe he was in his late 20s, if memory serves me correctly. Yeah, yeah, his late 20s. Barnes was throwing it hard, so he didn't have to play fallback like everyone else was. Hard equals staying close to the. There you go. That's a great explanation for it. JP, glad to have you in here too. I was actually honestly concerned about the match today between Parker and Jesper. I wasn't sure um, how much it was the urethane was gonna mess with Parker, but it seemed like it didn't seem to do too much. But I will say though, the final match of today was absolutely incredible. Just how close that game was. Um, both bowlers definitely played very well, but just one missed pin was all it took. It's hot as hell out west. Yeah, I heard you guys are a little toasty out there. Here in Maine, it is it's currently 71 right now here in South Portland. Yeah, South Portland. It's only supposed to go down to about 62, and it's going to be about 80 degrees. Let's see. Do, 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 do. Okay. He has someone throwing urethane. He's going to have a field day because he can use the carry down. That's true. That's actually a good point. I didn't think of that, to be honest with you. I didn't think of it like that, but that's a good point. How's Hamilton at Westport? Pretty good. I shot 102 and 101. So I kept it over 100 both strings. I will eventually get to editing that video, but I want to get home first. Because this laptop, as great as it is, it tends to get very loud and very hot when I'm editing video, especially longer videos. I can do shorter videos just fine. It'll get a little bit warm, but it gets very, very hot, especially with all the things I have connected to it. It won't turn out too good. It'll be very laggy and everything because I'm running a dual screen setup right now. I have a second screen connected up by a USB Type C. Of course, the webcam, the headset, keyboard, mouse. I have a good amount of stuff connected to it. This is basically my PAX East setup. So this is more or less the major test to see how it's going to work. Sounds like my golf scores. Hey, fun fact: I didn't golf for real one time, and played the front nine and shot 120 for the front nine. That was with a par. And I think on the third hole, I think I had a par. Everything else was like 10, 20. It was horrible. Never again. But yeah, we had, a five-man YouTube crew uh, for the Strike Derby. Wolfman wants to try and get here tomorrow, but he's got work, so he may not be able to go. He said it's leaning toward no, but if some miracle happens, he'll be able to. So fingers crossed. I used to have tabs like that for anime cons. I sold because it was ridiculous to cart around. Yeah, I mean this is a little bit heavy. Um, the laptop is surprisingly actually fits in my backpack perfectly. Um, the monitor, just is in a little. It's in like a little case, and then it goes in a pouch, which was included. Um, the keyboard's obviously rather chunky. Um, it's a full-size wireless keyboard here, nice and clicky keys. See, then I got a wired Razer mouse right here. Got the webcam that I use for streaming at home right now. That's now my traveling webcam. Um, the USB hub that connects the what is it? The headset, keyboard, and mouse together is actually powered by a battery bank to supply extra juice to the ports. It's actually being utilized right now. It's actually like half empty over the course of like 3 days. So it's going to get me through the rest of this whole thing, the rest of this weekend, before I have to charge it like Sunday night. Tim Mack is bowling tomorrow. You heard correctly. My mic is kind of fuzzy. No one's really said anything about that. It could be because I have RTX voice on, just because, and it's also, again, this is a headset microphone, so it's not going to be the highest quality. Again, this is a mobile setup. This obviously isn't my home, but it is my home for a week, for a couple more days. I'll probably check the stream afterwards just to see how bad it is. Let me see here. If there's anything I can do? Probably not right now. I'll deal with it later if I can. Um, Hopefully it's not terrible, but again, a little tinny. Oh, reverb. Interesting. All right. Yeah, I'll see what's going on after the stream. I'll watch it again, see if I can mess with the settings a little bit. I am also broadcasting at a lower bandwidth than I usually do, just because I am in hotel Wi-Fi. There are LAN ports right next to me, but they don't work. So I'm just running with what I've got, guys. Um, I mean, of course, when I do PAX next year, I can't stream. The internet doesn't allow it. So otherwise, I'd happily. It's tolerable, just occasional. Okay. It could also be just me hitting the cord too. The cord's right here. It's not a wireless headset. So there we go. Yeah, my arm is rubbing up against it and everything. So sorry about that. Um, but is there any other questions or comments you want to know about the shows? Otherwise, I'm probably gonna be heading off very shortly. Um, but thank you guys for coming in, regardless. Yeah, I've been going for just about 42 minutes at this point. But thanks you guys for watching all the recaps from this week. Of course, there's going to be one more tomorrow. Um, it's probably going to be nothing too crazy. Probably be very short. And I'll probably have my final thoughts about this week. And like I said, I might even do a quickie little tour of the room toward the end, just so you guys can see the room I'm in this week. But yeah, this is going to be kind of like last call for questions or anything. Who do I think will win tomorrow? Of course, I'm biased for Parker Bone the third, but I think it'd be a very interesting upset if Timmy Mack actually wins. Um, so yeah, those are the two people who I'm rooting for: Parker Bone and Tim Mack. And for you guys who missed it, got this pin at the end of the day yesterday, and started getting some signatures from today's, or technically now yesterday's shows, because it's after midnight here. So got the Ginger Assassin, Anthony Nyer, the Shark, Chris Prather, and Chris Barnes. The Barnesy half of Beef and Barnesy. All right, so I think I'm going to call it a night. I'm probably going to be heading to bed very soon. I really wish I brought a pillow with me because the pillows here at the hotel are garbage. You're thinking TD will win. TD. Tom Doherty? You're thinking Tom Doherty's going to win, huh? Took me a minute to remember TD. Before I put them in the bag, that pin was sitting out for a while, so the ink dried. It's not overly hot um, out here right now. But if I have to say, here's the Parker Bone his bold. He has been such a class act. I feel like he is probably one of the nicest professionals out in the tour, the modern generation. Since I'd say, you know, 1980s on, I'd say he's been one of the nicest ever bowlers, one of the most respected bowlers. I want to try and spell his last name. I gotcha. I still genuinely think that Anthony Nyer's got a good chance on this tour if he keeps the way he's going. Um, that's my final thing tonight. Is I genuinely feel that Anthony Nyer, if he keeps his mentality in the right place and he keeps practicing, he's he's gonna make it on the tour. I think he stands a chance. I don't know about you guys, but that's my thoughts on Anthony Nyer. I think he's got a good chance. So all right, guys, I'm gonna head out. Um, it's 12:30 in the morning, and I'm sure a lot of people in this hotel in this hotel area are probably in bed. So I'm gonna head out. So hope you all have a great night. And I don't really have a set time tomorrow for this for the final recap. Um, but stay tuned to Twitter. I'll post when I go live, but before I go live or have a general idea of when I'm gonna go live. So just keep an eye out for that, or just wait for the notification here on YouTube. So make sure you have notifications on um, for when I do actually go live, so you guys can come in and watch. So thanks so much for coming in, guys. I appreciate it. Catch you around. Have a good night.